A great job by bugler Andrew. ASD is proud to present our featured race here in race number 9. It's the 67th running of the Manitoba Derby, brought to you by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. They'll go 1 mile and an eighth for a purse of $75,000. Number 1 is Flashy Jewel, owned by Lothenbach Stables, trained by Clay Brinson, with Adolfo Morales. Number 2 is Spider's Alibi, owned by Terry Props, trained by Charlie Smith, with Rohan Singh. Number 3 is Mad Edition, owned by Robert Noakes, trained by Shelley Brown, with Jerry Pruitt. Number 4 is Impromptu, owned by Jason Bullard, trained by Bernal Roan, with Dane Nelson. Number 5 is Wit 6, owned by Henry Witt Jr., trained by Jerry Gorno, with Xavier Chow. Number 6 is Carouse, owned by Charles Garvey, trained by Robertino Diodoro, with Rye Eichelberry. Number 7 is Quiet Rye, owned by Lothenbach Stables, trained by Clay Brinson, with Christopher Husbands. Number 8 is Tactical Warrior, owned by K5 Stables, trained by Heather Wallerstead, with Paul Leacock. And rounding out our Derby field is number 9, Safe Cracker, owned by Dennis Mitchell, Don and Gay Bell, and Gold Medal Stable, trained by Tanya Lindsay, with Ronaldo Cumberbatch. Post time for the Manitoba Derby, 8 minutes away. Waiting on Safe Cracker, and the Derby field will be set. They're at the post. And they're off in the 67th running of the Manitoba Derby. From the middle of the track, Wit 6 was away alertly. On the inside, Flashy Jewel now takes the early lead. In between horses, that's Mad Edition, now back in third. Quiet Rye on the outside in fourth. Safe Cracker getting a 3-wide trip in fifth. Impromptu in sixth place. Then it's Tactical Warrior, Carouse, and the early trailer, Spider's Alibi. They went the opening quarter in a quick 22-4. Flashy Jewel with the lead, with 6 poised in second. Sitting back in third, that's Quiet Rye. On the outside in fourth, that's Safe Cracker. Making up ground, we have Impromptu. Mad Edition making up ground from the back, that's Spider's Alibi. And then Tactical Warrior is the trailer. They went the half in 46-4, 3/4, 112. Flashy Jewel now getting company from Wit 6 on the outside, trying to make up ground. In third, that's Quiet Rye. Spider's Alibi flying on the outside. In fourth, they hit the head of the lane. Wit 6 now pokes a nose in front. Flashy Jewel now fights back on the inside. These two battling it out to the wire. Flashy Jewel, Wit 6. One more try. Flashy Jewel is going to hang on. Wit 6 a courageous second. Spider's Alibi third best today. Fourth to Impromptu. And fifth to Quiet Rye. Now entering the winner's enclosure is the official winner of the 67th running of the Manitoba Derby. That's number 1, Flashy Jewel. Flashy Jewel is a gray roan colt, 3 years old, by Flashy Bull, out of the mare Indian Jewel by Distorted Humor. Owned by Lothenbach Stables, trained by Clay Brinson, and ridden to victory by Adolfo Morales. Time for the mile and an eighth, 1:52 and 4. Assiniboia Downs is pleased to have on hand in the winner's enclosure the Honorable Ron Lemieux, Minister of Tourism, Culture, Heritage, Sport, and Consumer Protection, to make a presentation to the winning connections. Ladies and gentlemen, directing your attention back down to the winner's enclosure, ASD paddock host Rob McLennan has the winning connections of the Manitoba Derby. Rob?
Thanks, Kurt. We're down here with the winning connections of the 67th Manitoba Derby. A couple of faces we've seen here win the Manitoba Derby before. Adolfo, Smuggler's Hold a few years ago. This is a horse that was the other kind of entrant in the race. He went out to the early lead. You went pretty fast. What were you thinking early in the race?
Well, I was talking to Clay before the race, and he said, you know what, this horse might show a little bit of speed, and if nobody else wants to take it, just go ahead. Just make sure you say something for the end, because, you know, I mean, this horse has been running short, but he was really game, broke sharp, and had a fairly, I mean, we went to the first turn, and he came back pretty easy to me, and then I saw Charles' horse getting close to me, I mean, coming out of the turn, but I knew I had something left.
You did actually have a whole lot of horse left. Did you realize you guys were clipping along pretty good, but you felt with 6 you had enough underneath you?
Yeah, he was traveling really easy. I mean, he was doing pretty much on his own.
So now you take this, a horse you've never really ridden before. What did Clay tell you beforehand, and then what did you kind of take into that and go into that other than just the fact you thought he'd show a lot of speed?
Well, he's, you know, Clay, he's been good to me over the years. We've been clicking, I don't know, last winter, I mean, last summer I was in Minnesota, we were like winning like 40% our horses, and when he called and said he had a call for me, I'm like, Timmy, we got to stick with him.
Yeah, it ended up being a very wise choice here with Flashy Jewel. Anything else to add other than the fact that it was a heart-throbbing finish? You had just enough at the end, and it was a very snappy time.
No, just again, say thanks to Clint and my agent, and I want to send yeah, and the owner.
You always got to remember the owner.
Remember the owner. And I just want to send a big kiss to my wife and kids back in Phoenix.
Yeah, Adolfo, a very happy winner. And we'll move on to Clay here now. This is a horse that actually we were wondering if you were even going to come. There was a race in Arlington. Explain what kind of happened there.
Well, we checked with Arlington, and they weren't sure that they were going to have enough nominations to make the race go. So they had to nominate on the 7th, and that means this race would have come and went. So we decided to take a chance and come up here, and I thought the horse would go a mile and an eighth. Of course, you're always a little skeptical, but he's a game horse, and we've run him now. This is the 3rd time in 32 days, so now he's going to get a rest. But he's a very nice horse.
3 nice wins in a row. It's always a little different coming to a new track. And so what did you think he was going to handle the new experiences with both Adolfo riding him for the first time and this racetrack, which is different than Canterbury?
Well, he's a real sensible colt. He's quiet. Nothing shakes him up, which is, you like to see that in any horse, but that's usually a good horse is that way. But I knew he'd come up here, and the trip wouldn't bother him. We galloped him over the racetrack a time or two. He takes it all in. He just anything you want to do with him, you can do. He's just a nice horse.
He's just one of those nice horses to have around. What were your kind of thoughts of the race, kind of mid-race, as they were snapping along pretty good? I know you had Quiet Rye in the race as well. What were your kind of thoughts as we went down the backside?
Well, when I seen the 22 come up, 22 and change, I thought, Adolfo, you better do something. Slow him down a little bit or we're going to be in deep water. But then he kind of got him to relax, and then that horse come to him, and this is a very game horse. I knew he wasn't going to give it up. He was going to have to get by him on his own because he wasn't going to give up.
No, he really did battle back as Wood 6 kind of came on the outside. So it turns out that Adolfo saved enough horse. You said you're going to give him a little bit of time after having 3 wins now in 32 days. Other than anything else to add about Mr. Lothenbach and the very victorious owner, and then just other than the fact he's going to get time?
Well, I'm going to talk with Mr. Lothenbach's racing manager, Drew Neardello, and we'll probably give him, maybe 30, 40 days. Whenever he tells us he's ready to go back, that's when we'll go back with him.
This is a very nice winner here in the Manitoba Derby. Flashy Jewel, repeat winners here. Clay Brinson, Adolfo Morales, they've done it before. They did it once again. Flashy Jewel, the winner of the 76th Manitoba Derby. Mr. Lemieux, we're supposed to move over here to the Honorable Mr. Lemieux for a few select comments.
Well, what a fantastic race, what a fantastic day, what a fantastic week. Darren, congratulations. The track should be congratulated all around, and I think everyone here would agree that this has been fantastic for tourism, fantastic for sport, fantastic for the industry itself. And what a great horse. It was unbelievable. And I just want to congratulate the ownership, Mr. Brisson, the trainer, and also Mr. Morales, the jockey as well. And also, Darren, you should be congratulated with all the people from the Assiniboia Downs for doing such a great job. And on behalf of the province of Manitoba, I'm pleased to be here today. It was an enjoyable day. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us as well. We're honored to have you. That's it from down here in the paddock. We'll see you up on the second floor for the after celebration event. Clay Brinson, Lothenbach Stables, Adolfo Morales, Flashy Jewel wins the $75,000 67th Manitoba Derby.